Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about citrus pruning. In particular, what I wanted to focus on is what are water sprouts or water shoots and why you should remove them from your citrus tree. In general, citrus really doesn't need all that much pruning, especially in the younger years of its life. But as the tree does get older, you may need to do some management pruning to help keep it at a nice accessible height, and also maybe some renewal pruning where you cut back some of the older growth, and that usually happens somewhere about year 10 of a citrus tree's life, in order to create new growth points for fresh wood to develop. So here I'm standing next to a navel orange tree. This tree is several years old. It's looking quite healthy, provided us with a nice harvest of oranges this year. You can see there's still a few still remaining on the tree. But if you are going to do any pruning on your citrus, you want to do it either in the winter or in early spring after you pull your harvest. I'm going to be taking the remaining fruits off this tree today. Let me just pull this one off. Wonderful, wonderful oranges. But at this point, I really don't need to do any pruning on this tree. If there was an issue like a severe cross branching, or if there was some dead or damaged limbs, I definitely remove those. But my main concern today is this shoot, this vertical shoot popping up right here. Doesn't look like the rest of the tree. You can see the leaves are larger. The branch, the stalk is thick. There's these big thorns on there. And it's actually growing up towards the bottom of the trunk of this tree. So this vigorous vertical growing branch here is known as a water shoot or a water sprout. And you're typically going to see these low on the tree below the grafting point if your tree was grafted. Sometimes you'll see it growing off of an older branch, but you really don't want these growing in your citrus for many reasons. One being that it's sucking up a lot of those nutrients and water that the tree needs to provide us with some good fruit. The other thing is that these branches are typically weaker than the rest of the good structure on the tree. And if they produce fruit, sometimes they don't produce anything, but if they do, they're usually low quality, don't taste good. So it would have been nice if I took this out a little sooner. As you can see, this branch is about 12 feet tall, so I could have got at this quite some time ago. But no worries, I'm going to take care of it today. So I'm going to be using this fine-tooth handsaw to remove this branch. I highly prefer doing this over using maybe a pair of loppers, which is what you would need in order to remove a branch this thick. Now I'm going to make my cut nice and close to the trunk. And I'm applying very light pressure. I'm letting the saw do the work here. And that's it. And in just a couple seconds, I removed this water sprout. We're going to get this in the compost pile. So I'm happy with that. That's all the pruning that this tree is going to require this year. And a tip that I want to give you if you are going to do any citrus pruning would be to stick to the 1/3 rule. And that is never take more than 1/3 of the tree down in a single season. If you do that, you're probably going to end up with a lot of those water shoots or water sprouts popping up all through the tree. You could actually even kill the tree. That wouldn't be good. So definitely take it slow when pruning citrus. And they do like airflow, so if you've got too much density, you could remove a little bit out of the center of the tree. But for the most part, you just want to leave it be. All these leaves here are providing the photosynthesis, which is going to keep that tree growing nice and healthy and give you a nice fruit set. And if you allow too much sun exposure to come in through the canopy of the tree, you're going to end up with some sun scald on the trunk of your tree and on the branches. Definitely don't want that. Anyway, if you noticed one of these vigorous growing branches growing on your citrus tree, hopefully this video helped you to identify that, and now you know what to do if you didn't already. So with that, I want to thank you all for watching. Have yourself a great day, and I'll be talking to you again soon.